An event that combines speed, teamwork, and strength. I'm talking, of course, about the Jousting Duel. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the VALVIK Marble League. As always, my name is Frankie. Last time out in the standings, the Cue Balls lost a 14-point lead, and it's now come down to 5 points. Goldbergs and Peculiar Peaks round out our top 3. So then, the Jousting Duel. Teams will go head-to-head, and the objective is to push that block as far as the other teams have as possible. Teams only have 1 run each, so they have to make it count. And of course, they'll be running 2 apiece for each team, meaning that everything will matter. As you can see in our demonstration run here, the blue team used that second marble to get that push from the block, which handed them the win. This is also our first bracket style event, meaning that teams will have to advance and get eliminated. The teams that advance are guaranteed to finish in the top 8. We will have 8 rounds, 4 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, and 1 final, alongside a bronze round. But here we are, round 1 with poison darts and flaming cherries. And who's going to get to the block first? I think it's the flaming cherries, and it is. And that's going to be a victory for the flaming cherries. 0.40 centimeters. Not bad for the flaming cherries. Poison darts, however, unfortunate because they were trending very well in the last few events and have now had a bit of a slump in their performance. Could this be a turning point for them? But either way, it's the flaming cherries that will advance. Round 2 now with Balls of Sand and the Starchy Stars, 2 teams that have been trending rather well in our last few events. And we're off. And that looks like it's going to be, it's going to be a decisive win in favor of the Starchy Stars. You have to remember though, the teams that do get eliminated still compete against each other because 9th through 16th will be determined by the largest margin of loss. The smaller that gap, the higher you will be on that position. It's 2 for the Starchy Stars. The Balls of Sand, unfortunate on that one. Sky Scouts versus Peculiar Peaks now. And we're going. Peculiar Peaks hit that block first, but look at that Sky Scouts. They come back and they will take it. 0.50. Not bad from the Sky Scouts. You can see that how much that teamwork really matters because that first marble stayed right there at the block. The Peculiar Peaks managed to get that first push, but then that second marble came in from the Sky Scouts, managed to get that win. Goldbergs and Team Whiteout now. We're going. And that's going to be a decisive win for Team Whiteout. What happened to the Goldbergs? I think they just lost all of their momentum going down that ramp. Because that second marble didn't really do anything. They were very slow coming into that block. And look at that first marble, that second marble for the Goldbergs. No momentum whatsoever. And the Team Whiteout will take this one. Unfortunate for the Goldbergs, they're sitting in second. Carbons and Tabbies now. We're off. And Tabbies hit that block first. But the Carbons will take it back. Not bad for the Carbons. They will take it back and win. 0.51. Yeah, as you can see, the Tabbies get that first push, but then the Carbons bring it back with a brilliant push from that second marble into the first marble into the block. Brilliant. Elegant Lilies and Scorpuriers now. Both teams in the bottom half of the standings. And we're off. And I think that's going to be a decisive win for the Scorpuriers. And it is. The Elegant Lilies didn't really have any answer to that first push from the Scorpuriers. And then that second marble came in and just sealed the deal. The Scorpuriers will advance 1.75. The Elegant Lilies are forced to stand back. Cue Balls and Hammerheads now are championship leaders, the Cue Balls, remember. We're off. And the Cue Balls will take it. They will take it back. Not bad. The Hammerhead, same thing that happened with the Carbons earlier. The Hammerheads got that early push, early advantage, but then the cue balls bring it back and manage to take it. You can see just how important teamwork is in this type of event. 0.20, that's how small the gap was. Last round now with the Violet Vermin and the Sailors. And that's going to be a very decisive victory for the Sailors. I don't know what happened to the Violet Vermin there, but it didn't look very good. The Sailors take it 1.15. Yeah, no momentum there for the Violet Vermin, and then they kind of got in the way of each other and weren't able to really do a proper push. The Flaming Cherries, Starchy Stars, Sky Scouts, Team Whiteout, Carbon, Scorperius, Q-Balls, and Sailors all advance and are guaranteed to finish in the top 8. Meanwhile, Hammerheads, best of the rest, in 9th. Balls of Zen, 16th, that's going to be their third 16th place spot so far in the league. But now we move on to the quarterfinals, and it's Flaming Cherries versus the Starchy Stars. Remember, they will, whoever wins will move on to finish in the top 4. It's a good push from the start, but it's going to be the Starchy Stars that win out. Flaming Cherries, unfortunate, they had a very good push to bring it back, but it wasn't meant to be. The Starchy Stars will take it and move on to the semifinals. They are basically guaranteed a top 4 finish. The Flaming Cherries attempted a comeback there, but it wasn't enough. Sky Scouts and Team Whiteout now. And we're off. And Sky Scouts, that first one was very fast into the ramp there, and that's going to be it. The Sky Scouts will win out. And it's 2.25. That's our largest gap so far. Brilliant attempt from the Sky Scouts there. The Team Whiteout, I don't know what they were doing. They were a bit too close to each other and kind of stopped each other's momentum there. And the Sky Scouts, very, very well done. 2.25. Carbons and Scorperius now. We're off. That's going to be a very good victory for the Scorperius there. Carbons didn't have too much of an answer to the Scorperius. 2.20, just short, just shy of the 2.25 that the Sky Scouts did earlier. But look at that brilliant attempt. We saw that earlier with the Violet Vermin. But this time, the Scorperius used it to their advantage to stop any potential second push from the Carbons. Nice job. Q-Balls and Sailors now. Both teams in the top 6. Let's keep that in mind. It's going to be a victory for the Sailors. I think the Q-Balls got there to the block first, but the Sailors just had that extra teamwork, and, 2 is always better than 1. 13 ball from the Q-Balls there was a bit too late to stop the push from the Sailors, which means that the Sailors will win and move on to the semifinals. And it's Starchy Stars against the Sky Scouts, and the Scorperius will face off against the Sailors, but both of these teams are guaranteed to be in the top 4. Meanwhile, Flaming Cherries finish 5th. A good result for a team that desperately needed some. Alright, semifinal 1 now with Starchy Stars and Sky Scouts. And we're off. And Sky Scouts that will get to the block first, and they will. That's how it's going to remain. The Sky Scouts will win and will advance to the final. That means they are guaranteed a medal and cannot do worse than silver. They got to the block at around the same time, but then that second marble from each team basically was what made the difference. 0.65. Scorperius and the Sailors now. The Sailors get there first, but the Scorperius bring it back. Brilliant job from the Scorperius there. They are guaranteed to medal. Not bad. That Sailors got that first push, but then the second medal from the Scorperius just brings it home. and gets that second push. 1.10. And there you have it. That's going to be our final. Sky Scouts and Scorpions, the Starchy Stars and the Sailors will have to fight for third. That will happen first, right now. Starchy Stars and Sailors, the bronze medal match. And we're off. It's going to be, and the Sailors will do it. The Sailors will get the bronze. Brilliant performance from the Sailors, 1.45. It's going to be their first medal since event 3. That's a while ago, actually. But not bad from the Sailors. The Starchy Stars, unfortunate to miss out, but that's going to be 4th place for them. Still a brilliant performance for a team that had such big difficulties. And now it's time for the final. The Sky Scouts and the Scorpions, who will get gold in the Jousting Duel. And we're off. Who will get to the block first? It is the Scorpions that will get it, and they will do it! The Scorpions will get gold in the Jousting Duel. The Sky Scouts have no challenge for the Scorpions. They will have to settle for silver, but it's still a brilliant performance for both of the teams. Yeah, they got that first push, did the Scorpions, and then that second over from each team came and did it. 0.80, not the biggest margin, but it's the one that matters. They will be our gold medalists, the Scorpions. The Starchy Stars will finish 4th, Flaming Cherries in 5th, Cue Balls and Carbon 6th and 7th, and Team Whiteout will round out the top 8.
Congratulations to our podium finishers, Sailors, Sky Scouts, and our gold medalists, the Scorpions.
The Scorpions prevail over everybody else and get gold in Jousting Duel. Congratulations also to the Sky Scouts and the Sailors. They both return to the podium. So in the overall standings, the Cue Balls extend their lead, but look at that gap between 2nd and 7th. They are separated by just 3 points. Things are heating up now. We'll see you next time for the long jump. Goodbye.